too hard. Do you believe? Yes, I believe. Oh, yes, I believe. Oh, yes, I believe. Oh, yes, I believe. It's all for the right and soul. And all is spirit. Yes, I believe. Amen, hallelujah. Do you believe? 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 Yes, I believe. Amen. Amen.
To everyone that is coming to Liberation TV, I want to thank each and every one. Please share and invite us who are coming. We have some topics to deal with today. The first one is going to be my public corrigendum, that's acknowledgement, as in John chapter 8 verses 7. John chapter 8 verse 7. Let he who see who has never seen cast the stone. The second is AgovC Communication Must get this straight. The third, Debunking General Nambere 732 Tits Chapt and enablers. Please stay tuned for this wonderful and short talk show. It's going to last maximum 1 hour. I want to hit it straight to the point. So I want to thank each and everyone. Please, for the next 1 minute, let us share and invite so that I can go on straight right away. Thank you so much. Welcome back, fellow Amazonians, fellow comrades, my fellow brothers and sisters, fellow compatriots. God bless Wuna in this year, ending the year of the Lord, the year which I declare that is going to be a cleansing in the revolution. The year is ending and you people can now see that everything I have procrastinated and predicted is coming on straight, as I said. The 2020 is a new year that defines the real revolution path of our struggle. I have said that distractors have their final year in the revolution, which is 2019. I said this more than 12 months ago. I said it in 2018. And we have worked so hard collectively as a people that are determined and focused to be freed. This is a win from everyone, and that is the effort. We call it collective effort from each and everyone. I want to thank everyone for the effort that they have done to make sure that 2019 ends everything that we call it bad faith. We have seen it. We predicted it. We pick leaders wisely. We look at across all the leaders in the revolution. We look at all the groups as one-man commandos at that time. Cross-check all the groups. You people know when I was posting every day about every leader, I told you people I'm going to do a cross-section of all the leaders in the revolution so that I can project what I think is going to take us there using my own efforts. And all of you have used also your own eyes and your own efforts and your own vision. And that's why we are in what we are today. I want to thank all the people that believe in me, believe in my projections, believe in my estimation, in my procrastination. I want to thank everyone too that has their own vision and are making good use of the nature that God has given to all of us. And today we have seen collectively that we are a never again generation. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank all the soldiers in Ground Zero that have listened and taken up arms without listening to La Republic anymore, that our land must be freed. God bless you all. I want to thank all of you abroad that have made sure that your PayPal, your bank account, your credit cards, your everything must not slip so long as La Republic bleeds our people. Without your money, we would not be where we are today. It's a collective effort. God bless you and thank you so much. I don't want to take so much time because tomorrow I have a talk show tomorrow to end the year. I have my end of year talk show tomorrow, Probably by 7 p.m. or 5 p.m. Amber time, I will make sure that I communicate that. I have end of year talk show tomorrow for all entire Ambazonia. So today, let us go straight to the point. We want to thank everyone in this platform that have been listening. At least for 3 years, we must be blessed that for 3 years we have gone in this revolution without having any cohesion or friction, talking every day and blogging every day. We didn't go to the school of war. We did not prepare for war, but we are able to speak in a civil manner for more than 3 years. We are not angels. We are not saints. We are not God. We are not Jesus Christ. No one is freed from making errors. No one is freed from making mistake. I have not refused that I've made a mistake. About I think 2 days ago, yesterday, I saw a video making rounds in the media about my last talk show, which I might have committed a crime or committed a sin, or maybe I might have said something that was very outrageous, or maybe something that was wrong against the dignity of women. I am one of the persons in Ambazonia that vowed to fight for the freedom of women, respect to women. I have fought that so hard. I have stood against any activist that ever made anything against a woman. I am not indifferent. I might have made an error. Of course, what I said is I acknowledge that I'm going to review that talk show, and that if I made an error, I'm going to make appropriate correction. And this is what I said about a day ago. I want us to read that together as a family here. So about a day ago, when I saw a video from Yannick Chikot, he probably streamed from my talk show that I tried to make a correction for the struggle. I posted this immediately after that when I saw this. So when I saw this is what I wrote in Facebook. I went to Facebook immediately and I wrote this in Facebook. I want us to read it together. It was yesterday I wrote this in Facebook, and I said, I want us to see it together as a people, so that whatever I'm saying now is going to be in connection to this. So I said in Facebook, I heard a catechist of Ashawari called Yannick Chikot stream a video from my last talk show, and it's making rounds in social media because I answered a question why a pretty woman left institution. I was simply honest. That is, in our revolution, young people like me are very committed towards liberation, but some might want to just come in addition, which we won't just love in addition, which we won't give now until independence, which is true. I have not given to any love until independence. This has caused many wondering when they saw only that part, forgetting the talk show was for more than 2 hours with many points connected. He is now judging a fish from its inability to climb a tree. For that reason, I will review. I said it again. For that reason, as you can see here, for that reason, I will review my video and take appropriate social measures if need be, and if warrant peace. I will never disrespect a woman. After revolution, how will I enjoy what we all fought for, when all Ferraris and paradise will be closed and sealed for me? I went further and said, I take responsibility for all my mistakes and outings. Stay united and collaborating for only independence for Ambazonia. CEO Verla. This is what I replied immediately when I saw a video with Yannick Chikot, which probably have to sabotage me and castigate me, as they saw that I'm a saint, that I cannot make mistakes. They want to sow seeds of discord and help to flame division, cause pain and chaos among Ambazonians, divide and rule policy that we should fight among ourselves. And of course, they want me to portray me a bad image, that I speak bad against women, when you know I am an advocate for women empowerment, equality and gender equality for the women, equal pay, equal opportunity for women in the society. I am one of the activists that have advocated that wherever men sit in leadership, a woman must be in between them. I have said that several times. If my outings will cause pain to a comrade in the revolution in the name of Mom CV, I want to render my public apologies for that, to say I'm sorry if I did that. And intentionally, I didn't. And I would never, ever say anything against a woman intentionally. I tender public apology in that respect. That to err is human and to forgive is divine. It is not a sign of weakness, because I am not weak when it comes to tabling apologies. I am not weak. It's not because somebody somewhere else has asked me to do that. Well, before the communique you see coming from AgovC Communication, I have already written in my Facebook page that I'm going to review my video, and if it warrants peace, I'm going to take appropriate decisions that warrant peace. To anyone, those of you who are very, very good, which I appreciate, in listening to my live talk shows and streaming shortcomings, I know as a frontliner, as an activist, as a blogger, as a media person, as a press person, I know that so many people watch me. I know thousands of people. I saw the video going viral in social media. I see the video is going viral because you always want to hear what yours is saying. You want to listen to Liberation TV. I cannot stop you from that. I don't have monopoly to press. I saw the video is making viral all across media. You can get from my voice, fellow comrade, brothers and sisters, my fellow Ambazonians. This is the festive period where, in my specialty in the show business, I threw so many show business within time. Down in Miami, I have had several shows within the week. I have just ended for this week, planning for the New Year Eve that is going to take my head again till another week. Trying to work so hard to see if I could get some money to help in the humanitarian gestures and to give materials to our soldiers when it be. That to me is a priority. The apologies will come in time like today, but the ability and capability to sustain our force is a priority. And that's why I say I'm going to respond in appropriate time and in due time. And today, this time I seize the opportunity to tell the Ambazonian people, fellow comrades and fellow compatriots, I am sorry. I render my apology to Mom CV to say that to err is human and to forgive is divine. I am not above the people of Amazonia. I'm not above our revolution. I am not above our nation. I am so sorry. Forgive in that extent. We stood together. We fought for the life of General Ivo. That was collaboration. We stood together and said never again shall soldiers be kidnapped. We fought for Boyo than ever before. Few weeks time, few months, since two months ago, I have been fighting alone in Bui with some few people from Bui. I wish we could join hands to fight also for Bui like we fight for Boyo. But I see that the Bui problem was almost for the people of Bui. And finally the people of Bui and the elders, the communities and the forces in Bui resolved their problem. When it happened to Boyo, we all stood together and fought. We fought in Libya Lim together to make sure that all those areas where there are friction among our soldiers should be ended. We did because we are simply Ambazonians. And Ambazonia is one and indivisible. Well, I wish we could join hands to fight for Bui whenever it happened, like it happened for General Arke. Well, that's not an excuse for me to make any public errors or any public outings that are not in connection to what we are fighting for, or that does not uphold the values and the dignity of our people we are fighting to preserve. In that case, if I have spoken wrong intentionally against a woman, I am wrong and there's no justification. I am 100% wrong and there's no justification that I can speak rubbish against women. In that case, for anyone who perceives or interpret that as an insult, my public apologies, 100% apologies. There's no water in my mouth. I speak here again as the host, the CEO of Liberation TV. To err is human, to forgive is divine. Thank you so much. Anyone, you can stream this part, send to Mom C and say, please forgive. I'm sorry. I've said it. We want to enter 2020 with the collaboration spirit that we have predicted together. With the same unity and winning spirit that we predicted that in 2019 is going to be the end of all frictions and all fights that do not lead us to winning. I want to stand here as somebody that have championed that unity. Somebody that predicted that 2019 was going to be the end of year for enablers, not only when the La Republique National Dialogue has failed, but when the special status has caused the people like Padia Sanga and lawyer Alex Ndive to be almost picking up arms and rebellions against the same dictator that they stood with. It is because we have predicted that that will be the end of La Republique and the end of enablers. We've seen Atanganjipo moving and crying and kneeling down in our communities, moving with peace plans and begging our people because we stood and said 2019 was the end. I render my public apologies. For anyone that feels so hurt, trust me, it's because I've been working so hard. 20 hours every day, you can get it from my voice. I slept on the belly 2 hours every day for the past almost more than 78 hours. Well, delay is never denial. Delay is never denial. For anyone that perceived that my outing was very hurting, disrespectful to women, I apologize. I am a product of a woman, and in the bosom of a woman I shall have peace, harmony, tranquility, and even joy and happiness. Therefore, I cannot turn and shoot a woman or cause any pain to a woman. I am a product of a woman, and I have been cared for all my life. Most of the time, when I needed help the most, it has always been women that stood with me. I will never forget a time when a woman told me, when I was a homeless in America, that Verla, it shall be well. It's just a matter of time. Just that word that came from a woman when I was a homeless, received a credit card and from a woman, I will never forget that. A man did not give that to me. That does not mean I should disrespect men. Never should I disrespect a human being. Women have a great place in my heart that I cannot intentionally disrespect women. I might have become a little bit excited in a talk show. Maybe because I was so pissed off about some leaders that are male that have caused so many division and pain in our struggle. But I remember the time that I stood together with Momsi to stand and talk for Boyo Cartel to drop the case they had with General Arke. After the death of General Ivo, we stood together to say, never again shall we allow our soldiers to be killed. We worked in Bui in the same manner and brought peace without any single bloodshed. I stand here to say I'm sorry if that is the case. Now, the second thing I want to say is I want to make it clear to the boss of the AgovC Communication team, Comrade Frank, you must get it straight. You must get it straight. I make a public note that I might have made an error. I'm going to revise it and I will take appropriate measures. To the AgovC Communication boss, I want to tell you here and today, that should be the first and the last time I will ever see a communique of such that sows seeds of discord, division, and cause problem among the governing council. I am not a punching bag. I take responsibilities for my errors. If I make an error and even acknowledge it publicly that I'm going to come out to clear the air, you simply went and caused man of God Wali Kiaka to go and write a communique. You have touched the wrong button. Tell Frank in Canada, the boss of the AgovC Communication team, that I told him that he should be very careful and that should be the last time. For all the job I've done, at a time when a leader was stoned in London, sabotaged in London, demonized in London, castigated in London, I did not see any public communique from you. I did not see you ask man of God to write a communique to debunk fake people that attack our leader in London at a time when our institution needed us the most. I did not see any communiques from you either. I have not seen you ask the governing council to make communique against Atanganjipo. You went to make it for me. I am not even the first official that I made. I'm not even an official. But I'm not even the first person that I made a mistake. Like a human being. But you have never asked anyone to write a communique and cite the name of a particular person that I made a mistake. Look, I might be the youngest person who is so strong in the revolution when it comes to the media. I might be the youngest person. But listen, I'm not a punching bag. I have played my part. I have predicted. I have said things and they have come to occur. I have not seen what you have done with your intelligence of communication. You have not put your face in media, yet you are behind the scene. and you are ready to listen to my errors and take it out in a communique. You should take your ass too and be making communiques rather than being behind the scene. If you are an aider, you are bound to be in media to show me the wisdom you have. Your wisdom is not limited in writing papers and communiques. It doesn't work like that, big brother. I communicate you now and I submit you that every day you should make communiques against Cameroon government. This, I am not going to make any apologies for this. This is a no-go zone. This should be the first and the last time that I will get such a communique. I stand here as me and there's no apology to render for this. I have rendered apology to the women and I take responsibility for that. I made an error. I accept that. But the communique coming and punching me in the public and distancing away from myself, I have done 99.9% good things. I have never seen any communique of any. I don't want to have any pay. You cannot pay me for what I have done for our people. Your appreciation cannot be enough for what I done. I know that. I don't need appreciation. But if you take yourself to ask another person to write a communique to distance yourself from me, to take the governing council away from me because I have made an error, without even contacting me, without calling me, without texting me, not even in Facebook, in WhatsApp, not even in any mission. If you are the real person, you should have called me. I give credit sometime to Able Free and so many people who contacted me, and I went and copied the link of what I posted in Facebook that I'm going to take a review. I said after we argued, I showed you people the link and said, listen, I have acknowledged it immediately as I saw it, and I'm going to take appropriate action. You as the boss of the AgovC communication team, you did not even reach out to me. You don't even have my contact upon all I have done. You did not even ask me anything. Then you have the guts just to go and ask Wali Kiyaka to put a communique that I see going viral and people send it to me. At the time when I put my head down to make sure that Bui has peace, I've been fighting for Bui to have peace so that we can continue to punch the Republic. You are wasting your own time only to write communiques against me, when you know our forces are suffering in Bui and in other parts. Instead of taking yourself to work money to make sure that they are sophisticated, you take your ass and sit in Canada and ask Wali in America to write a communique against me, and that should be the first and the last time. I am a no-go zone. I am a no-fly zone, a no-communique zone. I want to warn, this should be it. This should be the last time I get this. There is no apology for this. The only apology for this is for you to give me independence. Write a communique to the UN. Write a communique to the African Union. Write a communique to Amnesty International. Write a communique to Human Rights Watch. Write a communique to the Reuters. Write a communique to BBC, CNN about the impunity going on in Amazonia. This should be the last time that the AgovC communication team will write something and tag my name. I have no apology to render. In this case, I take responsibility for everything I say. I am a natural spokesman for our institution. I came to our institution at a time where you people were not even, you don't even want to see yourself in the media. You put yourself as ghosts. We put ourselves out. Yes, we make mistakes as humans. We make mistakes as humans, and if you contact me, I will tell you, yes, I acknowledge that problem. I am going to have it. I'm going to come out to clear the air. You went single behind the scene to show how we are not together, to expose us out that we are not together, and you went and wrote a communique without even contacting me. What a sort of disrespect. I want to thank Able Free for contacting me. I want to thank the people that contacted me. I want to thank my fellow Mandelas for standing with me at this time, during this most challenging time. Some people will never see us using our bank account, PayPal, credit cards. They will never write communiques to thank us for that. Of course, we know that is the price we get. But that will not make us to go down. That will not make us to bow down. But this is the first public warning I am giving to any official that will ever accept. Man of God, Wali Kiyaka, if you ever accept anything like that, water go past Gary. This is the last time where I will say this. Any official where they say, go write something against Vela, and you go right. Fufu, where I go cook for you? You no go fit chop. You go don't create now 1,000 problem. Instead for Allah, one problem where don't be. You go don't create now 2,000 problem. Instead of one problem where don't be. This is a no-go zone. They behead my brother. Do you know that? The first person to have been killed in Bui was my uncle. Do you know that? Yes. My uncle was removed from his car in Kikaikelaki and shot dead. He was just a Klando driver. That was the first person to have been killed during Federation time. I am still mourning 4 months ago. My brother was beheaded. No communique from you. I made it known to everyone. There's no even sympathy from you. Not even a condolence message. Rubbish. If I get that again, from anyone, even if you be Gunguma, even Atanga Jipo, if I hear say anyone write communicate and put phone for my phone, we go wear one pants. Idiot! There is no apology for what I'm saying now. You have touched me from the wrong button. I stood for revolution for 8 hours, talking lie for 8 hours, talking lie to make our leader, to project, to make whatever we have become today. There was never even an acknowledgement from this man. You sit down as a ghost, pushing us, think that we are in the revolution, that we don't have brain. You think that I am out here putting my image in the public because I think that I'm an idiot? If you are an elderly man, you should have been out too in media, going to press like others are doing. Don't sit in the back and then push Wali Kiyaka for me to slap him. No, I have to make sure that I know who asked Wali to write that. Let me not punch Wali because he's a man of God, because he's a neutral man. You want him to write? No, I am a person that believes in investigation. I make a research and I know that it was Comrade Frank that asked him to write. Comrade Frank, if you look, you better start going to media now and going to TV. You should be the next person in Liberation TV to talk against La Republic, to talk about the impunity La Republic is doing to our people. Response, stand in my public, in my TV, and response for the struggle. You have the Barrettas and the Tatos talking good about the institution now. At the time when the Barrettas and Tatos are coming in, you see them and then you see, oh, Christmas have come. What have become of Sunday? Let us flush Sunday out. You have forgotten that there was a time that my input was bigger than even all these people combined. You see Christmas, you don't even know if Christmas is coming to give good. You just want to flush Sunday. We know that. And this should be the last time. I am a no-go zone. Let me not catch any person from my inbox begin one talk any nonsense. I am an AgovC and I shall die in the revolution as an AgovC. I stand with Dr. Cho Ayaba and I shall die in the revolution with Dr. Cho Ayaba. Nothing can separate father and son. The devil has seen that father and son are together. That finally the dream has come true. The devil wants to use it to destroy. I am aware. The message of Dr. Cho Ayaba is ordained from God. I am the natural spokesman for Dr. Cho. Means I am a natural. That means from above, not by appointment, not by job, not by employment. Natural spokesman. Natural spokesman means say this thing come naturally, where even me say I can't explain. Dr. Cho Ayaba shall die together, but some of you that are bad people behind him, I shall make sure that you are all cleaned. You do things without forgetting the implications. If you really understand what you call advice, you should have contacted me, hear from me, call me, or text me, get my own version before you ask anyone to write. You think that I'm just a person that you can just write a communique to against? Can you stand in media with me? You can't even show your face in media. As an activist, as a blogger, as an active blogger, then you will go and ask man of God, as if because man of God is a neutral man, to write a communique something against me. If me and you stand in media for 4 hours, can you? Will you? Shall you? That should be the first and the last time. That point is done. Messages. Take the message to the sender. Second thing we have to talk today. Third thing, debunking general. So this should be the first and the last time that I ever hear somebody carry AgovC lead a communication department, write anything without contacting me. You want to hear my point without contacting me, without hearing from me, without texting me, without asking me anything? That is a sign of disrespect for all my energy, for all my sweat, and I don't even care if no one have to pay me for that. But I don't. That's a sign of disrespect. That if I do 99.9% good things, you don't acknowledge it. You see only the 1% bad thing where I don't do. That's why I put here. You can see here what I wrote. I wrote here very well, clearly. John chapter 8 verse 7. John chapter 8 verse 7. Man go do good thing them 99%. Now one thing where one go write communicate. You don't ever write communicate for the good thing we don't do. Mandelas can be fighting, trying to immunize, and only Dr. Cho Ayaba has been acknowledging the work of Mandelas. When you as a communication person was the one that was supposed to be doing. Now the leader himself go come carry himself. Come the appreciate him. So Mandela go protect you. Now you have gained an area to stretch your foot now. Instead of trying to look at the people that we are disturbing you from being known, today you turn against the head of Mandela's. That even made you to protected you. You come protect person where people don't fight, so they want squeeze them. You protect them. The person don't get stability now. You turn around, you look at me, and you want to just squeeze me like that. This is the Blaise Campore versus Thomas Sankara type of game. This is Ahijo versus Paul Biya type of game. That will not happen. If you want to do that to me, you could do to any other officials. I told anyone, I want to fight to make sure that's the first and the last. If anything happens, deal with it internally. Contact the people internally and solve the problem. Create a crisis committee solving. Let the crisis committee handle it. As an institution, one man should not take decisions of such, because when you take it, people like me who are a never and a firebrand people, they will come out and tell you enough and never do that again. Whoever advise you, tell that person that he has given you bad poison. I am untouchable. The devil, of course, have seen my relationship with the leader. And they know that if they destroy this guy from close to the leader will be vulnerable and vultures will feed on the leader. Let me tell you that Dr. Cho Ayaba is the last man standing that if I don't see in front of me, I better not leave. If anyone think that will do anything that will cause me anger, that I will leave AgovC and leave ADF and leave Dr. Cho Ayaba, you are boiling steel. You are boiling but metal. Me and Dr. Cho is like this. Me and Tapang Ivo like this. After they have failed to put down Tapang Ivo, asking Tapang to be fired and dismissed. Now they come to the... Do you know that Tapang stood because of me? You have forgotten that? Tapang is my mentor. I am the student of Tapang. We just know me, no Tapang, know me. You don't know that? You don't know? If you fought Tapang and you did not succeed because I was standing behind him with what I know, secure, defend, and protect. You think you can come with me? Tapang is a very, very nice man. I am so dangerous. I am so dangerous. I am very, very dangerous. Tapang is a very good and calm man. I am not calm. My adrenaline does not stop whenever it is activated. The energy must explode. Yes, whenever my electrons are in higher energy level, they must continue to jump until the time comes when they have to go down to the lower energy level. I have no apology to tender after this one. My apology goes only to Amazonian women. And I'm sorry for that. I mean it. But to the communication team, I will give you a very bad and sound warning. That should be the last time where any man will come, ask anyone to go write something under my name and you no contact me. You not even text me. Signs of disrespect. I am mad because of disrespect. I am mad because I spent for more than 2 years now fighting so hard. Apart from Lucas Ashu and some few people who called me to say, General, how are you doing? Apart from the Capo Daniel and some few people I know. The Mandelas, apart from the Mandelas that stand beside me, how could I even have the courage to be standing today? Some people have never even called me to say, thank you for the good job, thank you for this, or even tell me what to take to media. You've never even given me topics to go to media. How can I not run out of topics sometime? If you are a good communication boss, you should have been even in the activist platform and telling us how to be doing with communication. A communication boss that sit on there and watch people, is that one a communication boss? Let me see your skills of communication pointing at Tanganjipor and La Republic. Nonsense. That should be the first and the last time. Disrespect. Not even an Oyobo man has ever disrespected me in companies I work. Not even an Oyobo man has ever disrespected me when I make mistake in companies I work. They have to contact me, hear from me, hear my part, and then we sort it out. You go out and bring communicate. You know how to sign communicate. But yet I have not received any communicates in this TV to talk against Atangajipo. That should be the first and the last time. No one touches me from that point. That is a no-go zone. Anyone tomorrow when they will come tell you to come write anything, put my name on top. Know that you will see Waterloo the next day. Know that you are here, you will sleep and get up and your head will be all corroborated and you will not know the fire that have corroborated your head. In fact, you will go mental. By the time I'm done touching you, you will not even want to be part of this. After they have tried to put Dr. Cho Ayaba down, now is the time they want to nurse. You have seen Esmos, and then you forget Sunday. You don't even know how Esmos is going to look like. You just want to destroy Sunday that has been there for 2 years. Of course, that's what the devil wants. The devil is so committed that must happen. That should be the first and last time. Tell the devil that you have not seen it. And tell that devil to be careful. Because we don't joke. Tell that devil say, now only caterpillar go separate me and Dr. Cho Ayaba. Tell that caterpillar say, me and ADF go die together. When I die, for my coffin, now ADF flag them go put before them put national flag. Tell say, now ADF flag for my coffin go die on top me, so for inside my coffin. Then on top the coffin, before the Amazonian flag go take on top my coffin. Tell them say that Dr. Cho Ayaba go sign them. Tell Dr. Cho Ayaba go sign. Even my casket, my coffin, Dr. Cho Ayaba go sign them. May the kind know the kind thing where they, if I die before ye. Only caterpillar can separate me and the leader. They have seen say we don't make them big now, we don't hammer. They want come cause confusion. I don't fight for take position. I don't be position man. I don't talk I'm seeing they want. I don't want cash position. I've said it many times, the day where they go come give me position. Now they where I go wrong. No, I don't be position man. My bread has been buttered by God. I have positions upon positions. I've been a chief executive officer for my stuffs. So that should be the first and last time where I come here, any person come write my name for communicate without contacting me. Disrespect. Because you think that I'm your son. Because you think that I'm the age of your child. Your child at my own age is risking his life like me. Your child at my own age is out in media before I'm seeing the media now. If I am at the age of your child, why your child is not doing what I'm doing today? Rubbish. That point is done, and that point is still right there. Now the next chapter is Prinjekal, 734 teeth. Fellow Amazonians, I want to tell you people, look, I have predicted in 2018 that this 2019 is gonna be the end of those who cause confusion, division, manipulation in this revolution. In fact, I said that was the end of embezzlers. Anyone who steals a single kobo, I said 2019 was the end. And that the interim government in the hands of Sako was the end. 2019. It's only a few days left. I maintain my words. It was not only by words. I don't study political theories for nothing. I was born and raised in the village. I break the shackles of every immigration I have come across. I passed through the walls of so many international immigration systems. I was born in the village, raised in the village. I am a villager, very uneducated and primitive, but there is no immigration system that speaks grammar, be it French, be it Schengen, be it what type of language, that has stopped me from passing. I use my ways legally to pass across any international frontier or barrier or anything called immigration. I use my own brain, village mentality, to create my business in Oyobo land, where even Oyobos are homeless, where even Oyobos can't even own businesses. Don't forget about that. So today I want to tell Amazonian people, from all my experience I've had, naturally, because my experience is just natural. I have a gift that is natural. You cannot take it away from me. You cannot. If I show you my arm, you will see that this arm was almost dead. Why I still have the arm today is because you cannot take what I came with from creation, inert. You cannot take it. That's why I can speak and talk every day. I don't give a shit. I lost money. I don't give a shit. Because you just 1%. This is the month of December 2019. I lost $30,000 US. That has not even reduced me anything. My hands and my head is still there. This is my uneducated village bread. Is still there. Last year, I lost 22,000 from Bitcoins. That did not stop me. I prosper even more. And next year, I'm still going to prosper more. Because the village brain where I get uneducated is able to reproduce. The one with the born for cities. I don't even know how they behave. Mango they like Prince Yeka 732 teeth. Where them claims they no be villager like me. They will go join La Republic for begin fight Amazonian people. I don't even have much to talk about Prince Jekal because you all already know who this guy is. Mark Barretta and Tapang Ivo were doing so great. Remember why division came in the revolution? Prince Jekal was the one that went and gossiped with Tasang look people. I was in the consortium communication team. I am the one that asked Tapang Ivo to bring Prince Jekal. I take responsibilities. I have said this multiple times. I take responsibilities. Go and ask him the Bibaga 732 teeth. If not of me to ask Tapang Ivo because Southern Zone, Victoria was failing. There was no activists from Victoria. We had more than 7 activists picked from all corners of Amazonia, but Victoria didn't have an activist at that time. I told Tapang Ivo, this guy has made a video. We sent that video in WhatsApp. The video went viral. He was speaking and mentioning himself as the grandson of Kuba Likenye. I know the history of Kuba Likenye. I know the history of the Bangwa resistance, the history of the when I look at the Amazonia history back in the colonial period. I said this guy mentioned that, but I know Kuba Likenye was a whore. He stood against his people, they fought and he went to bushes. I know the history, I know. But he mentioned that he's a son. I know that the people of this tribe resisted even against the chief that was compromised. Kuba Likenye was compromised, I know that. Until he ran away. That's why I know the history of chiefs being compromised is not from today. During the colonial period, the chiefs were always compromised. The people of that tribe fought until Kuba Likenye ran away. Is it not the history that you studied? So I told Tapang Ivo that, listen, from that Victoria we have no activists. This guy has made a video. We put that video out. It went viral in all WhatsApp groups. I said, Ivo, please, let's bring this guy in so that we can feed Victoria. And of course, we achieved the goal. I want to be honest here. He came in communication team and we achieved the goal. He was speaking the dialect, you know, of like we were doing activists. We are always talking the dialects. That's when we bring communication in the dialects. He did a great job by then. I want to be very honest with you people. He did a great job. Victoria was awakened. Was reawakened. Victoria started standing now for the struggle. We achieved that goal. But then all of a sudden, give a monkey popularity or banana, a bunch of banana, and the monkey will even bite you. That's what happened. Because popularity came now, he saw himself now bigger than any other thing. He cannot apologize like I do. He came now and then went and corrupted Patasang and started calling Patasang, Patasang, Patasang. And that's what happened between consortium leadership. That Patasang now turned against Mark Barretta and Tapang Ivo. And that was the beginning of division in Amazonia. We can acknowledge here. But let me tell you that the beginning of that is Prince Jekal. If John Akoro is very honest, he can testify. Because John Akoro was the one that offered assistance to Tasang Wifed when he crossed the borders to Nigeria. In fact, Prince Jekal was the first person who even revealed that Tasang Wifed was in Nigeria. It was not Mark Barretta. It was Prince Jekal that went out and posted in social media before Mark Barretta ever said the same thing. Prince Jekal was the first, but they turned it in Mark Barretta's head, and Mark being a very good person, not a weak person. I thought Mark was weak by death. Good person. He just apologized for the revolution to just move on. Mark apologized. But we know what Prince Jekal. If John Akoro is honest, he can say here who was communicating with him and Tasang Wifed was Prince Jekal. And then while Prince Jekal left, or why we fired Prince Jekal from the activist platform of consortium. Why we fired Prince Jekal? This dude brought an issue of whistle for the community. I said, what whistle are you talking about? He said, oh, whistle. He said the money of Dr. Fontaine's car money should be used to buy the whistle. Dr. Fontaine's car money. And the 732 tits, Prince Jekal, who wanted the money of Dr. Fontaine's car money to be used for something else, just brought hate among Tapang Ivo, just hate, and corrupted Tasang Wilfred. The same Tasang Wilfred that had the opportunity to cross from Cameroon to Nigeria because we, in the communication team, we are blindfolding Cameroon that Tasang Wilfred was seeking refuge in the Western Embassy, probably U.S. Embassy in Yaoundé. Cameroon government went and surrounded U.S. Embassy in Yaoundé, while Tasang Wilfred was running to Nigeria. Tasang Wilfred successfully ran to Nigeria without any stress, no duress. Because of the plan of who? Tapang Ivo. Tasang went to Nigeria. They sent, oh my God, they sent help. Sent some money to help him. That one was never put in media. We see Tasang and the team, Dr. Yembe, crying Even the head of the taxi union crying that they need money to eat something. They contributed money and sent to them. They had a video. I have that video. I still have the video today, where they were crying, very hungry, in a house without even beds, a dark house. We sent money. That one has never gone to the pub. That one has never. No one has ever talked about that in the media. So, fellow brothers and sisters, I use my mind to predict. That's when division started. And the same people continue to create skakuf, skapak, the governing council, the interim government. And today, look at what they cause. We are coming back to what Dr. Cho Ayaba said during the time of federation. Today, we are not even ashamed that we are running behind guns and bullets. When we say it was not even the right thing to do, it was not the right time to do. And we even sent apologies to Port Bia when the ADA first of all took out colonial masters from Amazonia. The first regional delegate of social affairs of La Republic, the first DO of La Republic, the ADA put down, and the first 4 La Republic military officers that were sent to Saturn. You made public apologies to Port Bia. And this time you are served from such terrible terrorist activities, as they call it in court. And today you want to stand to claim you are a revolutionary leader, that you are a revolutionary activist, that you are independent activist, that we should smoke La Republic, that you want to be a gun leader. Give me a break. Give me a break. This is the end of year. Tomorrow I have a very good speech for the entire Amazonia tomorrow. Good speech to end the year. My end of year speech tomorrow. So we can know where to go to. Today now we find ourselves coming behind Dr. Cho Ayaba. You are not even ashamed that there were 2 of them. Dr. Ebenezer Akonga and Dr. Ayaba. You did everything possible to compromise them under your own useless kakuf kapak that did not even deliver apart from giving money to Oyobo people. The very same white people, Oyobo people, our fathers in Africa fought so hard to end colonialism. You want to bring them back to Africa. Even Oyobo people surrendered. Western people told that they don't want to come to Africa to colonize. You want to bring Western people to Africa back again. Is it not shameful? What will your forefathers do in the grave? Our ancestors will be mad in the grave. So, brothers and sisters, fellow comrades, this is a praise from me today. Tomorrow we have the end of year speech, so that we can understand some of us have made mistakes in the revolution. To err is human, to forgive is divine. If you make a mistake, you must accept. If you make a mistake, you must acknowledge it. I want to thank Mark Barretta. I want to thank Eric Tato for the final push. When they mentioned about the final push, I didn't even know what the meaning of that final push. Now the final push is revealing itself that it means push the leadership that is saying something right. The leadership that motivates you to support your blocks. The leadership that say you are the master of your block. You own your block. Defend your blocks. It didn't say that they own your blocks. No, you own your blocks. Support your blocks. Defend your block. That leadership motivates everyone to be active. Everyone to have a form of maybe power or a form of something. Decentralized everything. Like everyone should be active. Everyone should be something. Not only when one person will be leader. In ADF, we believe that every Amazonian people should defend their blocks. You should own your blocks, defend your block, and take ownership. Be the leader of your block. That is the mandate of the AgovC. And if we do that, where could we have been today? We bundle millions of money and give in the hands of thieves. And we are ending the year, and some people are shamefully still standing with thieves. When that is the right thing, why we left La Republic. Embezzlement. And we stand today with people that are embezzlers. That should end. And this should be the end of that. We should ask ourselves what has become of us. You want to be free. You don't want embezzlement. You don't want thievery, bribery, and corruption. But then you stand to support thieves. We have not come to make friends in the revolution. We come to liberate our people. We have said it clearly. Let us liberate. If you pastors want to govern, govern after that from the ballot box. Because I know the pastors will fight even above themselves. When we arrive there, there will be division among these pastors. I'm telling you. One shall want to control because his brother was the one fighting. And his brother will now say, no, my brother now will become the candidate. Well, I want to predict you what will happen some 5 years ago when politics starts. Some will say, oh, my brother was the marshal of Amazonia. He was the one that was fighting in the bushes. So now I am the media person they know but me. Let me stand also for presidential election. And then the pastor will say, no, I was the one that was the acting president. I was your boss. I was paying your TV bill. I should stand. That is how the same house that has caused confusion revolution is going to end. The way in, the way out. Power tussle, the same power tussle bring it down. Power monger, the same power monger will shatter that house. Trust me, I know what I am saying here. I study so many political theories. And those political theories don't lie. I've said things and they've come to happen when I study from the political theories. The Thomas Sankara and Julius Nyerere. Don't forget Watala and Bagbo. Don't forget Ahijo. And Port Bia, Akwanga and Yaba. The person that always close to you is the person that want to nail you. I have vowed that will not happen in the institution where I belong. That will not. That's why my eyes are all across the leader to see who is eyeing, who want to put the leader down. I shall make sure that you go down. You shrink. You shrink and plasmolize. Because my eyes are 24/7 watching across the leader, crossing the leader every day. Anyone I see with that mentality of Bia versus Ahijo, Watala versus Bagbo, I'm going to make sure that you shrink. The never born person will go come put Ayaba down where they are alive. I'm the natural spokesman, natural, not by appointment or not by any employment. It's the gift that God has given naturally. That's the leadership that is right. Must continue to be right to take us to freedom land. And when they arrive, any one of you want to go and govern, go and put your thing there. I want to be honest with you people. People who want to become ministers and governors are weak people. These are lazy people. They want to sue from where they want to reap from where they didn't sue anything. Those are weak people and lazy people in the society. They want to take advantage of the society to live their lives. Why people that are very, very hardworking are trying to set business to give employment to people in ground zero after this independence war? They are trying to see how they can govern because they are weak people. They went abroad and they couldn't make money. They couldn't work to make money. That's why they want to just govern, because they were living very reckless life. Why some of us want to prove our tenacity that we are not fighting because we live under the bridge abroad. We are not fighting because we are homeless. We are fighting simply because we want homeland freed. We want our people to enjoy freedom. We are even thinking after independence, how many thousands of people we shall employ. They want to just govern. If you see me in a government office after independence, call me a thief. I challenge everyone to say, we want to prove to me, after independence, let us compete. Give the number of thousands of people employment in Amazonia. If you are the Amba Dankote, I challenge everyone. If you are the young rich nigger, let us make a competition based on how many number of thousands of people you shall employ after independence. If you are a young rich nigger, that one is a free and fair public competition that enhance development and bring a lot of potential in our country. Let 100 people come out and campaign with me that if I employ 5,000 people, they should employ 10,000 people. If I employ 500 people, they should employ 1,000 people. At the end of the time, Amazonians shall be employed. There will be low rate of employment in Amazonia. That's how you build a nation with competition. A competitive society. Reset our economy to traditional economy. And in the next 5 to 10 years, we shall spring in Africa as the next and as the best economy in Africa. I know that very well. I don't want to fight because I want to go and campaign. And of course, if I campaign, you cannot win me in my own constituency. If I stand in Jakiri for whatever I want to do, no one can win me. What I have done for my people, I will not even campaign in Jakiri main area. Only the villages surrounding Jakiri, where the population is. Only the villages. I don't even need to go and campaign. I understand, but my management or my organization, go there and tell them I have said I will stand for this election if I would. How will you pass me? What have you done in Jakiri that is more than what I've done for my communities, for my villages where I come from, born and raised in the village, grew in the village as villager. They know me. They know their villagers' son. Will not ever forget them. But I have told them I'm not a politician. I want to have the good for the people. I see them suffering when you didn't even know. By the time we were doing charities in Ground Zero, where were you at? Where were you in 2013? Where were you in 2014 when I was homeless but still saving money for the people, for the orphans? Where were you when I went in communities Where were you when I bought 2 cars and sent for my organization when I didn't even have a car in America? My last car I took and sent to Ground Zero when I didn't have a car in America using bikes. Where were you at? Stand here and claim you know more. You only know how to sit down and write letters abroad. Show me your background. Let me know who you are. You claim that you are born and raised in cities. You speak grammar, but your grammar cannot even give a pencil to a child and an orphan in Ground Zero. You can't even buy, your grammar cannot even buy a shoe to an orphan suffering in the village. You don't even know how much it takes. Some of them, it need only 5,000 tuition to pay fees for the whole year. They don't have, and they are at home for 2 years. I have almost 300 offers. For you to become under my program, you must have been out of school for 2 years. Almost 300 of them from the villages. Because some of them don't have 10,000 francs, some don't have 5,000 francs, some don't have 50,000 francs to go to school for 1 year. Go and help me to pay hospital bills of those ones in the hospitals. Sit here and say, I born in the village, I born in the city, I know grammar. Grammar, man, being. Grammar that does not liberate the people, is that one grammar? You know grammar before we are 58 years in suffering, and your grammar cannot liberate a piece of land? Grammar, man, being. I am back to the fire activism. I am back to the activism that you know me for. It is fire, it is fast and furious now. It's no more gonna be business as usual. What are we laughing for? There's no more time to laugh. 2020 is not a year to laugh. It's a year to conquer, defend, and protect. It's a year to take it by force. Some of you don't understand the kingdom of God that suffered violence was taken back by force. Even David prayed. And God said, my son, you pray, I give you strength. You must use strength to kill Goliath. Some of you still believe that you can only sit down. I told Tassan Wife to stop fasting. Except that he's fasting so that Amber soldiers can be winning. If you're fighting only with that, encouraging but Amber soldiers to take advantage of that prayer, that fighting will not even break the walls. The AKs we do. Your firepower we do. Your ATM cards we do. Your PayPal we do. Your Cash App we do. Your bank accounts we do. Your monthly donation we do. Your block strategies we do. Support your blocks. Those soldiers in your block, in your village where you came from, support them. This is the basic. Independence cannot be given to you. You have to take it by force. You have no ability to give to destabilize a country like Cameroon. We can only fight and make the land ungovernable to an extent where they want peace. And then they will ask us to come together and make a referendum. So our people can decide actually if they are truthfully wanting independence. UN has no power to divide Cameroon. Only we the people can divide. Only we the people. I have said this several times. I asked a question to the UN commissioners. The commissioners told me only a particular generation at a particular time of a particular area in the world can determine their faith. Ambazonians are a particular people, particular generation, particular time, 2020. Now we are moving into 21st century. Only we the people can determine our faith. Do you even know that our children might come and don't want what we fight for? That's why we have to fight very, very cautiously. If Americans did not fight so well for their independence, the American children now of today could have think that they should go back to London. We have got to make sure that if we make errors, our children will one day want to go back. Look at Brexit. Some people want to exit from the European Union. Some want to go back. Some want to exit. Some want to go back. We have to make sure that for everything that we say, we take responsibilities. And we have to fight very, very genuinely and wholly, transparently, lucidly and concise. Because our children will not start another fight again because we did the wrong thing. Let us think more than 1,000 years from now. I know Cameroon will divide as we live. The year we leave Cameroon, you don't even know why Cameroon is fighting. Cameroon shall be shattered into almost 2 pieces again. When we leave Cameroon, I'm telling you that in 100, not even up to 50 years, far north will break away. I'm telling you this. I will be dead by that time. But you people, our children will say, I once said this. Cameroon is preventing because they know that it will leave. This Cameroon like this will be fractured in some years to come. Far north will break away. I'm telling you this. I know it. Political theories, man. Common sense and village mentality. So let us fight. Take our freedom with our hands. And our hands are our soldiers in Ground Zero. We can talk like this in Facebook and you don't use your bank account and ATM machine. You are doing nothing good. Before I end today, I want to thank all Mandelas. Great job, guys. You are doing great job. The idea boy we hear from you. You know already what you did. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you, Mandelas. Thank you. You have seen how the battle in Bui was fought. One of our soldiers in Wainama that were kidnapped and sent to Vekovi, one of them also has been released. I am still waiting to confirm that Commander Reni is also released from Vekovi. And if the soldiers that are kept in Vekovi are released, that will be the last batch of any soldier that is held from ADF or from any Bui area. Whether ADF or no ADF, any soldier should not be kidnapped or arrested. Whether they were standing with ADF or not, whether they were standing only with community. Some of them are community fighters. Cedric has just been released. I'm so happy. Community fighter. He was a community fighter, a very good community fighter. Some of them, Commander Rene was a community commander that was also listening from No Mercy that was affiliated to ADF. So we are praying that that should be the next thing from now. Bui is gradually coming to place. And Mandela's one thing I want to let you know. If they take yours and you just sit like this and fold your arms, you know there will be no balance of power, what they call balance of power and collective security. But when they get yours and you start giving money out, giving money in, let me tell you, it wins indirectly. Because they know that at do or die, they have plan A, plan B, plan C. There is plan A, plan B, plan C. And they know that money is going to do something. So you will think that yes, our aiders have stepped in. So many people play part in it, which I want to thank them. I want to thank so many people, Shea Edonsi Pro and the team and everyone that played part, and other people and the community and the leaders, the NCNC members, the elderly member in the community. One of the Pa is very, very old Pa who knows Dr. Cho Ayaba from left to right, who has been giving a lot of advice to these people. I want to thank Pa very well. Pa said that his dream is to one day meet with Dr. Cho Ayaba again. That is his dream. This message is going to Dr. Cho Ayaba from Pa. He will surely know when I explain Pa, because Pa tell me some instances where I should remind to him. So I want to thank everyone for the great job where they don't do them. Release from Gikaikom. Release from Gikaikom, sorry. Release from Gikaikom, sorry. Cedric has been released. So I want to thank everyone. Thank you so much for your great job. Your contribution make things to work indirectly. Because they know that you are plan A, B, and C, that at one end, something will happen because money does not come in for nothing. And when money is involved in something, it's not going to be something easy. So I want to thank all of you Mandelas. You did so great. Let us now see how to make sure that these guns are not going to be empty. So let us make sure that maybe we round it to a round figure. Maybe from 7, we can add 3 to make it 10. So Mandelas, please, we welcome everything. Maybe from 7, we can add 3 and then make it 10. Because 10 is even bigger and it's an even number. La Republic hate numbers like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Because they know that when numbers are even, it means that the barrels of the guns are going to be filled, magazines are going to be full. La Republic don't want to hear this. But Amazonians want to hear this. So I want to thank each and everyone. Sons and daughters of Bui, I challenge you now. Now, sons and daughters of Jakiri, there is a good news for Jakiri. I have challenged all sons and daughters from Jakiri, please. Because we are not cry for you, I will cry for who? I don't cry. Now only a few people, 2, 3 people where they there for Jakiri, they try. Please, Biko, reach out to me, please. Let us do this together. It's our nation. Remember that you are the future politicians, future builders, stakeholders of Jakiri constituency. So please come, let us build this place. I need you than ever before. We need you than ever before. Our brothers and sisters there need us than ever before. You don't want them to go in and knocking people's houses and asking. Sometimes when civilians make some errors, they charge them because we are not supporting them. Sometimes, how can we expect them not to ask civilians something, not to solicit it, when we ourselves don't even give them anything? I challenge all the sons and daughters of Drakwa. Reach out, let us figure out something. They are waiting for us. Our sons and daughters are waiting for us. Of course, they are waiting for us. Let us build a platform so that you yourself can hear from them, listen to them. If when you listen to them, you understand. I challenge everyone today. Go back to your communities. Help your villages, your blocks. Stand with the soldiers. Block by block means that you take ownership. Continue to afford for more pins. Want to thank Mark Barretta for preaching the pins. Eritato, thank you so much. That's the last push that you've been talking about, and that's great. We're making things happen. No one has ever done that before. We are doing that already. That is the prediction of 2020 is an ordained year for a revolution. It has come to happen. The people that must build their own history must take over and predict for themselves. You don't want an Oyobo man to predict for you. Oyobo people that made us to suffer today like this. Will you go to listen to Cohen? You want to listen to Maxwell? You want to listen to the UN? Mind. These are people that plunge us to what we are suffering today. They don't have solution to your problem. You are the one to predict, forecast, foretell about your tomorrow. Don't let them Western people to predict for you. They put you in the situation that you have today. You must be the philosophers of your generation. You must be the historians of your generation, the chemists of your generation. Don't allow anyone to come and intoxicate ourselves, our country. If you allow them after independence, they shall come and lure us to privatization. You don't have to, that bad privatization to come in again. When you go to cry out to them, they are coming because they want to reap. They want to come and remove our reap and take the food from our children. After independence, we shall have no independence. You can fight and win, but yet you will not have freedom. We must choose our fight cautiously. Don't allow them Western people to come and tell you what to do. It's our land. We should be the masters of everything. We should own the blueprint of our struggle. Stop listening from the Cohens and this and the Maxwell, and these people have set division upon us. Today they are with Sako, today with Dr. Chayaba. These are people that are causing confusion among us. Stop listening from the other people. If America is the people we think they are mediators, we say mediators. Mediators come to facilitate a process that will let us to divide, to draw the final definition of our land. Is that hard to tell? But it's based on the way we fight. The more weapons we put down there, the more they shall come faster. In other words, believe in your firepower. You have nothing left in your hands. Your daughters have been raped, killed. Your women, your mothers have been raped, tormented, killed, and tortured. Your husband tortured, brutalized. Your teachers brutalized. Your lawyers brutalized. Lot of your children, sons and daughters, brothers and sisters killed. Everything has been taken away from you. You have nothing left. Defend the homeland. When you defend and they cannot stay, they will run away. Today they are running behind Swiss to come and talk because they know that you are winning bigly and fat. Why during Federation they didn't ask Swiss to come to talk? Why during the time they were killing our people and massacring our people, 22nd September 2017, on the 1st October 2017, how they kill our people, they did not know that the Swiss was there. The reason why we distance ourselves from Swiss, let me say, me in person, is because Port Biya leave all his land in Switzerland. When the people used to go and protest that Switzerland should kick out Biya, they didn't do that. Biya still got in Switzerland. And you will want me to be judged by my father. If I commit a crime and you take me to my big compound, you want the leader of the big compound to slaughter me, you are lying. They will turn and slaughter by you. If I make a mistake and you take me to my parent and that mistake is treasonable, that they have to behead me, you take me to my mother who had me for 9 months, and you ask my mother to behead me, you think my mother will be beheaded? Because when you are beheaded, no one will ever step again to say my father should behead me. When you take Biya to Switzerland, that Switzerland must caution Biya and bring Biya to order. When Biya spent all his entire life as a gangster in Switzerland, don't you not have common sense? Why don't you not even talk about Germany? I don't even want to talk about Germany. Biya has one of the best cardiac center in the dark forest or black forest in Germany is owned by Port Biya. How do you want to ask Germany to even talk for Biya when Biya's investment is in Germany? That cannot happen. You see that? You should be talking to countries like Norway, Belgium, US, Canada, countries where Biya has no link. Use common sense. People of Amazonia, use common sense. You cannot take me to my father's house and you want my father to kill me. You don't take me to my big compound and you want my grandmothers and grandfathers to say, oh, this son has made a mistake, let us kill him. I might make a mistake that they will acknowledge, but they will never accept that I should be killed. They will say, let us solve the problem so Cameroon can become one and indivisible. Switzerland is telling you that they will never accept to destabilize Cameroon. And based on the international politics, a country like Switzerland cannot destabilize Cameroon. They don't have the powers to do that. Only Amazonians have the power to do that. Domestic politics is so stronger than international politics. How many times will I say this? These are written in the books of politics. Domestic politics mean that the people, and only the people, make the laws and the rules And they can decide that no external influence will influence it. International politics is weak because domestic politics can say they will not listen to the international politics. Beer is playing that game. And you have to understand that international politics have no laws. They have resolutions. The United Nations does not have laws. They have resolutions. That's why they make only treaties and resolution. Resolution and treaties are actually acknowledgements. You can comply if you want. If you don't want, you cannot comply. America was indicted to the ICC after the Second World War or whatever happened in Nagasaki. America refused and rejected and said they ended the war. If not, the World War could have not ended. They served millions of people. America refused to go there. What did the ICC do? Nothing. So you now see why Port Bia don't want to listen to anyone. Ambazonia increase only your firepower. Ambazonia, you also are strong like Cameroon. If Cameroon think they are strong, Ambazonia also is the same, because we are a people. And the international politics define that we are domestic politics and we are stronger than the United Nations combined. This is the reality. It sucks, I understand, but this is the truth. Deal with it. Don't run away from it. Don't take Bia to Switzerland. It's his big compound. His grandpa and grandmama in Switzerland will not want to see Bia cry. They will only want to solve the problem for Cameroon to become one and indivisible. That is based on international politics. Because Switzerland can be indicted by Cameroon if they come to divide Cameroon. Because Switzerland also is under the United Nations. And what are the prerogatives of the United Nations Security Council? Now, if you don't know, the objectives of the United Nations Security Council is collective security and balance of power. Why collective security? Because if any country comes to destabilize Switzerland, the United Nations Security Council will bring the security force and then fight against that country that is called an aggressor. Now, if Switzerland want to come and divide Cameroon into two, Switzerland become aggressor. So now, the United Nations and Cameroon are bound to join forces and fight Switzerland. That is the international politics that you don't know. But then, if a nation like Cameroon come to attack Ambazonia, Cameroon now in this case called aggressor. So Ambazonia now have the right to stand up and fight. United Nations now can only come to put a referendum in the middle so that we ourselves determine our fate, because they believe that Cameroon was one, and that they believe that Cameroon has always been saying that they colonized already Ambazonia, they already assimilated Ambazonia, and that there is peace. Cameroon has been fooling them that there has always been peace and that we are lovely and we are under it. So that's why we cannot end in anything apart from referendum. And that's when all these mafia people, whom you call yourself politicians, I want to see your input that time. Because we want to rebrand our people and make sure even the 1% federalists are independentists. So that we can score the highest independent referendum that has ever existed on earth. So I call each and everyone to put your hands on the deck. If Mark Barretta and Eric Tato are now putting their hands, who are you? Yannick Shikor, will you survive? 732 tits called Prince Jekal, Bifaga, Ano, Grand Jakatu Sako, you died a natural death in 2019. Fellow brothers and sisters, my fellow Ambazonians, you understand? Do you understand me? If anyone ever asks you to write anything and put my name on it, you will face Waterloo. It shouldn't happen in 2020. I am so bloody than ever before. Like any Ambazonian, I've lost too. And we are human beings. We have reputations. Anyone advised to write anything against me, you will face your Waterloo. Whoever you be, there's no limit. When I talk against Paul Biya and all his ministers, have you ever seen me blink? Huh? Paul Biya and all his ministers that can use me against any country where I am, have you seen me blink? Look at you. You are like this. I know the fear face. I respect Ambazonian women. No be say the fear. No be fear. I respect all the women because I can't say anything to woman, because a man, a responsible man does not talk anything shit against a woman. If a responsible man make a mistake and talk anything shitty against a woman, you need to apologize immediately. The only reason why I didn't apologize immediately was because I've been working so hard. I explained it's the end of year feast. I've a lot of show business I've been throwing. You people see it. It's not a lie. I simply was working hard to make sure that as AgovC ADF soldiers in Bui are freed, I am working a plan for them. And one of the plan I'm working for, I am almost by myself with few people. That plan cannot work without Adoro, without money. It's about money, money, money. Everything we're doing is about money. Our forces cannot fight with bare hands. So that was the only excuse I have. I cannot disrespect women. Any man that disrespects a woman is a coward. That is the truth. In any government, in any law, in any constitution, women need to be protected. They've suffered a lot all their lives. So I want to say here again before I end that I'm so sorry if I have disrespected women. Mom CV, please, to A is human, forgive is divine. Forgive me if you feel I've disrespected you. And I don't want to say if you feel, I want to say I am so sorry and I apologize. There is no excuse for me to make any public noise or on-call noise for you. And that does not give any son of a bitch or any son of a beast to write any trash about me. I take responsibilities for the things I say. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I have the mouth. I have the common sense from the village. When you do wrong to your brother, you say you are sorry and peace come. Cameroon has never said that to us. So let no one fool anyone to put any communique and put my name there. You will face Waterloo. Whoever, whosoever. So, Momsi, I'm so sorry for that. We fought so hard. Liberated General Arke, which we are so happy. We did a great job. Our job that we did, no one can ever pay for us for that. So I'm sorry for that. Forgive me. Fellow Amazonian, before I end the talk show today, as the year is finally coming to an end, we are not going to go to a new year like cowards. We are going to go to a new year like people that have a sense of revolutionary education. In revolution, I have a speech tomorrow coming. In revolution, let me come here again with the traditional preaching that I always have. Traditional preaching. When South African people were fighting to have their freedom, there were so many frontline movements. But all frontline movement projected one person called Nelson Mandela. It doesn't mean that Mandela was the only leader in South Africa, but they were leaders. But the people decided to project Mandela because for any country or people fighting, there must be a leader. The Biafra people has done that with Kano, Nnamdi Kano. When the black Americans were fighting, there were so many people that were fighting. They projected who? Martin Luther Kings. The people were not mad. They were not mental. They were not villagers. They were people who were focused. They projected Martin Luther Kings. They succeeded. Excuse. When the people of Kenya were fighting, they may come back to Africa close to you. They projected Jomo Kenyatta. Jomo Kenyatta, not because he was the only leader. There were some leaders and movement. They have a sense of determination, togetherness, and unity. They projected him so that people could be together and united, and they won. You have heard about the people of Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah. They projected Kwame Nkrumah was not the only one. And in Africa, Pan-Africanists projected Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah was not the only one in Africa. You have had Thomas Nyerere, Julius Sankara, Patrick Lumumba. You have Jomo Kenyatta. You have other people in Africa, but in the Pan-Africanists, the Gold Coast Ghanaian Kwame Nkrumah was a leader. In Ghana himself, Kwame Nkrumah was a leader. Not the only person that ever studied in Ghana. It was a sense of focus. They projected one leader so they could arrive. Fellow Amazonians, how do we tell you that you need to project one to have unity so we can arrive? And if that one make a mistake, we flush, we bring a new one. It is easy to have one leader and flush and bring a new one when we speak together. Imagine all the activists now, we have grouped ourselves together like what is going on now. And we have one leader. And that leader make a mistake and cannot correct himself. We flush, we bring one. We can do that. Look at how few activists have decided to project one leader and the leader is coming up now. Imagine if all of us had done that 2 years ago and we were moving with this same speed 2 years ago. Remember the days of I Have Been Briefed, where we were only fighting as activists and pushing the leaders of I Have Been Briefed. Look at how we were winning bigly and fatly. But look at when the seeds of division, seeds of discord came to us. Look at what happened. We paralyzed our revolution for 2 years. Activists, I want to thank you so much. Mark and Tapang Ivo. Mark and Tapang Ivo and Eric Tato. I want to thank you people so much for the last push. Let us do it. When we arrive for the good job you do, tomorrow you shall be appreciated. And your people, we know you did a great job. To err is human, to forgive is divine. For those of you apologizing, Eric, thank you. To a human, I have never picked your cause. I don't want to pick your cause. I've said that every time. I want to acknowledge the good job you are doing. And you don't need to be an AgovC for me to see that. You don't need to be an ADA for me to see that. Great job. Let us do that without any ego, without any expectation of anything. Let us just do it for the nation. Without expecting any appointment or anything, let us just do it for the nation. Fellow Amazonians, this is the year of the Lord 2020. The speech is tomorrow. The last speech that Liberation TV will give for 2019 is tomorrow, 7 p.m. or 5 p.m. Amber time. I don't always like to announce because the Republic people come to destabilize. This time is no more the time for popularity. That's why I don't announce most of the time I come live. Look at Fox. I want to be honest with you. I've been doing talk shows and announcing for 1, 2, 3 years. I've had crowd, 2,000 people watch me. You people know that truth. Had crowd, 1,500 watch me. At the time when people were hiding their faces, no one wanted to be an activist at that time. I took it by the bull, by the horn, and taught young people to stand up. That this is our time and this is our future. That either we be killed or we stand up. I have had popularity, my people. The time when Ivo and Mark Barretta were fought, I said, no, I cannot keep on going with the popularity. Where will I do? What would I do when I cannot think and reason? We can do it only together. I always believe in unity. If not of unity, I would have never sabotaged my popularity to stand with Mark and Ivo at the time when Tassan Wifed and Prince Jekar has brought seed of discord in the revolution. Because I believe one person cannot do it by himself. And if Eric Tato came in the same light, me and him would never have had differences. Like now, when was the time you heard me call Eric Tato a name baby? Never. He's doing a great job. I want everyone to thank him for that. When you go to your Facebook, give him a thanks for that. It is said that when you are real, you will stand against your brother when he's doing the wrong thing. And whenever he picks the right thing, you appreciate. So people can know the reality. You must not be an AgovC brother for me to know you are doing the right thing. The right thing was not to impose pastors. It's a revolution, brother. It's not a church ceremony or occasion or marriage that we need pastors to celebrate. Pastors will be useful after independence, of course. We shall be getting married, going to red carpet. We need them to bless. But this is a revolution. Not only gaunt leaders. If we really want to be free, it's about if we want to be free, and if we want to be free very fast. We are bound to just look, my people. I said every time, when you want to take your children to school, don't you not take your children to school that have teachers with experience? If you see a school that have young teachers that have not even graduated from the school of teaching, people that completed from class 5 or from 5 or lower seat and come start teaching, and you see some school with teachers that graduated from teacher training colleges and have taught for more than 20 years, and the fees, the school fees is the same, will you take your children to a school that have young people that don't even have mentality to teach? No. Why would you feed your revolution with half-baked teachers? Why will you take your revolution and give to people that are not even professors, that are not even teachers, when you have teachers, when you have professors of war? Is that what you can give to your children? Jesus said that if your child asks for fish, you don't give your child a snake. If your child asks for egg, you don't give your child a scorpion. If your child asks for a loaf of bread, you don't give your child a stone to eat. How can you give your revolution a stone to eat when your revolution is asking for a loaf of bread to eat? How can you give your revolution a spider when your revolution is asking for an egg? A good leader is like an egg. A good leader is like a loaf of fufu. How can you give your revolution a snake when the revolution is asking for a fish? A good leader is like a fish that fits the revolution. And then you want to give a snake that will come and instead sting the revolution. I don't blame the pastors. They have no experience in this. They have no experience. If you go to philosophy, we are to be blamed. Because they are like you and me. They don't have any experience. It's like you catch somebody that have never taught geography to come and teach geography. What do you expect him to do? Imagine you take a chemistry teacher to come and teach plate tectonic, to come and start to tell you how the world was together. You have the Antarctica, you have this, you have the this of this. How do you expect them to know this thing? You want them to come, a chemistry teacher who has been in laboratory doing titration and qualitative and allometry analysis, who does on the acid-based titration, alkaline solutions, phenolphthalein, whatever, and then you want them to come and teach geography, fishing in Norway, the raw industrial region in Japan, teaching about Philadelphia, farming method, California, forest, etc. How do you expect them to even know these things when they are in chemistry laboratory? When you want to go for chemistry, take a chemistry teacher. You want to go for geography, you take a geography teacher. You come to revolution, you don't want to take revolutionary leaders, but yet you want to be free. Are we not hypocrites of ourselves? I didn't know Dr. Cho Ayaba before I came to revolution. When the revolution became solely independence and no federation, we pick leaders wisely. Our intelligence is not in the book we have in our heads. Our intelligence is not the titles of book we bear. Our intelligence is how we can use those common sense that we have achieved because of those education. We shall not arrive if we don't have the right leader. And even if we arrive with the wrong leader, we shall have South Sudan. Let me tell you a story that you don't know. People of South Sudan have fought for so many years, almost 39 years old. You know why? Because they were like us. By the time the people of South Sudan brought John Garang as the only leader, they went so swift. When Sudan discovered that they have brought one leader called John Garang, what happened? Sudan fought so hard and killed John Garang in 2005. By 2008, the people of Sudan decided to make when they killed John Garang in 2005. John Garang was the revolutionary leader of South Sudan. South Sudan discovered that the people of Sudan now are united. They have formed now one leader. After fighting for more than 30 years, they finally got one leader. As the leader was moving very fast, Sudan government fought so hard and killed John Garang. When John Garang was killed, what happened? The vice president of John Garang took over as the leader. And then what happened to Sako and Seseko Ayoktabi exactly happened in South Sudan. 3 years, the revolution of South Sudan was just division, confusion, so many in-house fights. 2008, the people of South Sudan decided to sack and fire the vice president. They sacked, fired the vice president, and brought a new leadership, thanks to the activists of South Sudan. What happened? As they brought the new leadership in 2013, behold, South Sudan became a country with independence. Amazonian people, either you get it or you will stay as slaves. My revolutionary end of year speech tomorrow is a speech that everyone must listen. It's a speech that all of us should listen and reflect before we enter 2020. Because we are not going to fight again for another damn 1 year without achieving our goal. But we must turn our radical minds into productivity. For any economist, you have 3 challenges. For any economist that want to produce, that want to market, that want to create a company, or produce something, or do anything, you have 3 challenges. What to produce, where to produce, and for whom to produce. What to produce, where to produce, and for whom to produce. Have you asked those questions in Amazonian revolution? What are we fighting for? How are we fighting it? And how possible can we achieve it? If you ask yourself, what are we fighting for? Very easy, independence. Of course, nothing but independence. How are you fighting it? What is your roadmap? And how shall you achieve it? What leadership do you have? You must turn Amazonian independence struggle to a production type of economic production. What to produce, where to produce, for whom to produce. What are you fighting? Independence. How are you going to achieve it? Where is the roadmap you have? Guns, we all believe now in guns, right? For independence. All of us believe now in guns. But how possible is that? What is the leadership that you have in place? It's not only about guns, but how? What guidance do you have with the guns? What code of conduct do we attach when we give guns? You know that if you don't have a code of conduct, a gun can even be used against you, the giver. Example, what happened in Bui of recent? There is a gentleman that was a spokesman of Bui warriors called Elvis. So he was a leader of the guns and so on, commanding guys. When the guys received the guns, they decided to go against him. And then they thought that the right thing was to take him out and bring a new leader that was going to be commanding the guys. The new leader came, Brendan, And the guys did not listen to Brendan. The guys now have the power. That means that if you don't take care, the same power could turn against the people and the civilians. We already had civilians being arrested. Things like that were happening. I want to thank God that those things have been solved. We need to have a roadmap, code of conduct. The ADF forces in Bui have taken an oath. 1, they will never fight within the house. 2, anyone that fight them will receive Waterloo. I want to tell you why things are happening in Bui. Because anyone that step on ADF forces now, you are finished, because it's an oath. It's a natural, it's the tradition of the land. The tradition of the land is now talking. And the ADF forces too cannot attack any force in Bui. It's the oath. 50-50. As you cannot attack anyone who attack you too must die. Must go down. That's why today there is movement in Bui now is becoming very nice. People from Kambe, you shall have access to pass. There have been a lot of insecurity problems in Bui. That's why people from Kambe, you feel that you are marginalized. You are not. You know, you can acknowledge that we had so many problems that we had to shut the borders. Problems have been fixed gradually. Now there will be open circulation. But of course, during the ESMO season, we did everything possible to allow circulation. No one from Kambe can tell us that we did not open circulation during these periods. We did. Fellow brothers and sisters, fellow Ambazonians, it is time for us to call for all forgiveness. For the people that you think I wronged you in one way or the other, forgive. I render my general public apologies. But not to people who go and write my name in public without contacting me. You have no apology for me. For the Ashawaran people who have not repented, you have no apologies for me. For parishioners who are still very, very strong, like Atanganyipo to La Republique, like the Avis Ngolengole to La Republique, you have no apologies for me. My only apology I have for you is independence for Ambazonia. When I have independence for Ambazonia, I will say that's your apology. Take it or leave it, because that time I don't give a shit. Thank you so much, my fellow brothers and sisters. Have a wonderful time. It was a pleasure talking to you every time. Thank you so much. Continue. Don't get tired. Keep it real. Don't look at our problems to put you down. We are people with the same blood, brothers and sisters. We make errors. We are human beings. Don't see me like a saint, because I'm not a saint. I am an insane son of Amazonia that's tired of the blood of his people. I'm tired too of seeing the blood. And if you are real to your people and you see their blood out, you will not just sit and say, oh, the people are being killed. You will do something. I'm like you. You could be like me. Don't only sit and wait for people like me to be. Don't believe so much in me. If I have to believe too in you, ask this question. We have to do it collectively. It's collective effort. Those who are sharing, commenting. People are commenting here. I see your comments. Those of you sharing. Those of you that are participating one way or the other. Those of you that have shared this talk show. Or if you have not shared, those of you sharing now. Thank you for sharing, by the way. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for pumping the love and like buttons. That's motivation too. If I did the wrong thing, you will not be doing that. So thank you all for standing all, because it's all for one for all. Remember that me and you are the same. We have the same blood. It's just that the way I see our people being killed, I can't stay quiet because I'm imperfect. I can't stay quiet because I don't want to make a mistake. No, I come to talk for our people. If I make a mistake, I apologize. Because the reason why I talk is not because I want to be on myself. I want to create a world for myself, but for our people. If I wrong the same people, I'm bound to come down to say, Momsi, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Forgive me. And all the women of Amazonia that feel so hurt, I stand with you. Today, tomorrow, yesterday, I continue to stand with women. And I vow to fight for equality for the women. Equal pay. And that any table where men gather, a woman must be present. Leadership equality. Leadership advances for women. Opportunity for women and job and employment for women. I always gonna fight for that. And if I have a company, thou shalt not only take men without taking women. I will stand to fight that practically. I will stand to fight that systematically and institutionally. You have seen in so many leaders that don't involve women. We have debunked those leadership, and we have castigated and projected those leaders to go down, while leadership that give more room for women to go up. Because that's the nation we are fighting. We must uphold those values that and protect the values that we are fighting for to defend. That's why I'm apologizing and rendering my public apologies for any of my outings and against women and saying something that was indecent against Mom CV. I am so sorry. Forgive me. To err is human, to forgive is divine. Thank you so much. I take myself responsibility today to say it here. I am not one of the weak people that want to ask somebody to apologize on my behalf or write a letter and send behind the scene to the person. No, I stand publicly and apologize for my wrongdoings. Publicly. I don't want to write letters and send somebody behind because I'm ashamed to stand. No, I stuck for my people. No one is above his own people. You can't be above your own people. You do wrong is wrong. There's nothing like a second wrong. Wrong is wrong. What is wrong is wrong. If you steal money, you are a thief. You embezzle, you are an embezzler. If you make any public wrong against women, you have done bad. You must stand publicly too and say it. You are sorry. I stand here to put my hands up to say I'm sorry for the women. Momsi in particular. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. We should not give any room for black and white or for any La Republic to come and attack us to that. If we don't do that, La Republic, we think that, yeah, they will take advantage. That, oh, yeah, they are not divided. Shame to La Republic. We are never going to be divided because of our differences. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I'm the son of Ambazonia and I stand for Ambazonia. I shall die for Ambazonia. This platform is created for Ambazonian people. We talk for Ambazonian people. But the leadership that cannot strategize and know that in areas like that, you need to talk to both parties and bring crisis so in the middle. And instead of you trying, you fund it by making a communique to put yourself clean. You have caused more panic to yourself. God bless everyone and goodbye. Thank you for coming here. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Thank you so much. I wish everyone a wonderful, prosperous New Year in advance. To Ambazonia, I wish independence to all of us 2020. Thank you. God bless you and goodbye.
Baby.